Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be getting the rust fixed on my BMW E46. Before this video starts, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Some awesome BMW and specifically E46 related content coming to the channel. But in today's video, we are dropping my BMW off at a shop to have new quarter panels welded on since they are very badly rusted, which I'll show you in a minute. So I know I got an estimate from the shop and I know around how much it's going to cost. They're going to cut the corners, section them off, put new ones in, and potentially fix my rusted battery tray depending on how bad it is, and it may even need a whole new one, so we'll see on that. So here is a look at the quarter. This isn't the side that's that bad, but it does have this whole area right here is all rusted, but we can see we have one bubble right there, and right there it's starting to crack, and this side already looks like it's been done once, but it's going to be done properly this time. Quarter is probably going to be cut somewhere up here, and then new ones are going to be welded in. So there's a look at the passenger side. Really, the main rust is right here, but on the other side you'll see it all right here is bubbling. So let's take a look at the other side. So here's a look at the driver's side that you can see is much worse. The paint is bubbling all right up here, and it's going to just keep working its way up, so they're going to cut it like I said. But this side right here really isn't bad at all, but this is really where the main bulk of the rust is rusting from the inside out, and that's why it causes this bubble. Just because right here, you probably can't see, but the seam back there is where the seam got broken at some point. Just the car's very old, and water and salt get up in that area. So it's a couple days later. You guys saw me drop off my car, saw the initial rust. I'm now going back down to the shop today because they cut the quarters off and there is a little more rust than we anticipated. So I'm gonna bring you guys along, show you what it looks like. The battery tray does need a little bit more work, and the inner side on the passenger side is a bit more rusted, but we'll see when we get there. I'll give you guys a walk around of the car and show you the current state of it. So I'm down at the shop. They cut the full quarter out, as you guys can see, and we found some more rust in the inner arch that needs to be addressed. So they're going to cut this piece out also, and my battery tray is a little worse than I thought. It's rusting up here, so they're also going to cut a battery tray out of another car from the junkyard and weld that in. I should mention, these are not brand new quarters going in. They are ones from a low mileage E46, and they're gonna be welded back in. So here's a look at the other side. Not nearly as bad. Basically, there was a little rust in here that I saw, and he cut it out and was going to re-weld in a new quarter panel. This side was the side that wasn't an accident, so I guess the other side of my car wasn't an accident. So here was the rust on that side. This is what a lot of people say their rust kind of looked like on their car in the comments. Here's some of the pieces that he cut out. So here, I'm back at the shop for another day. Here's a look at the quarter about to be welded on. It's tack welded in a couple places, and he's in the process of just tacking it up. So here's a look at the driver's side quarter. It looks like it's all on, ready to be sanded out. It was welded on.
No, I can't sleep alone. You kiss me like you love me for life, even if it's only one night, even if it's only one night.
So it's a new day, guys. I'm back at the shop here with Corey. He's just sanding out the body filler that he put over the quarter panel. It looks absolutely amazing. Check that out. It looks perfect. You cannot tell whatsoever. It's perfectly aligned. He also put in the new battery tray because my other one, as you guys saw, was all rotted out. You can kind of see the inner lip. Looks really good. Unfortunately, I can't really show you guys the other side just because the space is super tight. It's against a wall, but looks just as good as this side, and I can't wait to see the finished product. So it's a new day, back at the shop. The car is ready to be painted. It's already been primed. Corey's having a very tough time matching this paint. This car was done at some crappy Mako shop when it was repainted, and it was done in a single stage paint, and Corey is having a very difficult time trying to find a paint that is close enough. But look at the quarter. It looks absolutely amazing. You cannot tell whatsoever. So look around the car. Here's some of the tests that Corey's done to try to match it really close. This is crazy. They did such an amazing job on the quarter panel. I am so happy with how it's been coming out so far. So the computer just tells you how to weigh it all out, basically?
Yeah, it'll tell me what parts are per what. Let's grab this from.
And then do you have a thing that shakes it, or do you shake it by hand?
I start it and then shake it by hand.
'Cause I've been coming down that Saturday slope, drinking in the morning to get up and go. Now I can sleep alone. Now I can sleep alone. I can sleep alone in my home. No, I'm in my fucking zone, in my zone.
All right, guys, so it's a couple days later. I finally got my car back, and I cannot wait to show you guys the finished product. It came out amazing. I'm going to show you guys the car in a minute, but I definitely want to say this job ended up being a lot more than I thought. They found a lot more rust. After I show you guys what the car looks like, I will go over the breakdown of the price and tell you guys what you guys actually should be paying for a job like this. I had to pay a lot more because I had a lot more rust, and my paint on my car is awful. It was a Mako job, nothing matched. Corey had a very tough time matching the paint. Not his fault, it's the car's fault. The car paint is just, it was done in a single stage, faded paint. It was just very difficult. So that also cost more too. But I will tell you how much I paid, what I had done, and tell you how much you should pay to have your rust fixed. So let me show you guys the finished product now. So here is a look at the quarter panel. Looks amazing. He did such a good job. You cannot tell whatsoever. Just killed it. And there's even some rust down here. The inner lip was really a challenge. I know that, to do all this. And on the other side, he didn't do it here, but he cut it somewhere up here and sectioned it right here. On the other one side, you'll see that he even had to cut it here, but you can't tell where it is. So that's a look at it. I think it looks amazing. I don't know if the color's too bad on camera, but you can definitely tell the bumper does not match. I mean, you might be able to tell on camera, but all right, let's take a look at the battery tray. You probably can't tell too much, but that is a brand new battery tray in there. It looks amazing. My other one was all rusted out, had a hole straight through, so he definitely put a new one in, put some seam sealer everywhere, made sure that thing is not going to leak, and he did a killer job. Even painted it when he painted the car, so super happy about that. Here's a look at the other side. Now this side was really rough. I mean, not really rough. This side looked much better, and it looked much better on top, but under was a mess. He had to cut up somewhere way up here. He even had to cut, this panel was sectioned somewhere in here, and you can't even tell where it was sectioned. It's one seamless line. Such a good job. Even my gas, oh, this is, nope, it's open. He even redid in there. He killed it. So there's a look at it. Again, there's a look at the inside, which was all rusted. I think there's holes all in here. So let me know what you guys think. I think he absolutely killed it. Here's a back look of it. Again, you can probably see the bumper doesn't necessarily match, but that's because the paint is just garbage on the actual car to begin with. But he did a really good job matching it, I think. All right, now that you guys have seen the finished product, I am going to go over how much this cost. So you probably saw some of the other pictures, but what I had done is basically I had new quarters welded on, and on the passenger side, the quarter was already done once. Someone did an awful job. They didn't seal it off whatsoever. They left open spot welds, and it rusted really bad. On the outside, it didn't look that bad, but on the inside, it was rusting within, holding a bunch of water. So they had to cut up more. I need more of an inner wheel well. He had to take off a bunch more rust, and I ended up getting a new battery tray put in. So having those two extra things done increased the bill, and on top of that, the paint is so bad in my car that he couldn't really match it just because it was done in a single stage paint and it was faded, very little clear coat. So that also cost more for him to actually find a way of making the paint work. But other than that, I think it came out super good. So for a normal job, if you had the rust that I had and nothing else, you didn't need the battery tray, you didn't need more of an inner wheel weld, you just had the little bit on the edge, it'd probably cost you anywhere between, I'd say, $1,000 and $1,500. However, I needed a new battery tray welded in. I could have had it patched, but I asked for a new one, so that was probably another $500 extra. And I also had to have more of the inner inner wheel well taken up, and that was around, I think, another $300 or $400, something like that. So altogether, I have the numbers here. I paid $2,252 for the refinish work. I paid $200 for the rear quarter panels, so 100 and 100, and I only paid $300 in materials, bringing my total to $3,141.88. Now, this seems like a lot, and it is, but if you saw how much work they did, which you did because you saw it in the video, he did a lot of work on my car. And as you probably saw from the finished product, it looks amazing. You cannot tell where that quarter was put in. And there's like there's a stripe on the side where the molding is. That matches up perfectly. He had to cut that out. I did not think that was going to match up perfectly, and it did. So I think the price was very good. Now, he did everything to OEM finish or better. He used a seam sealer everywhere. It's not going to leak. It's going to shed water. These cars are designed to shed water. He did that. A lot of people just put the panels on and say, okay, whatever. It's meant to shed water, and that's what this car will continue to do from the factory, how it should have been from the beginning, and fix that quarter panel that someone already tried to go over. I think my car was in an accident. That is why. But that being said, I got my car done at a place called Basement Power Sports. If you want to look them up, you can. I'll put the link down to the site in the description. I think Corey did a great job. I was super happy with the work he did. He just did it. He killed it. He really did kill it. Unfortunately, just my paint is garbage. I want my car to go back to be painted there. My car needs to be painted. It's just, the paint's garbage. So with that being said, when you saw the car, you probably saw that maybe the paint didn't match. That's probably why. But other than that, I just want to thank you guys so much for your continued support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everyone was asking me about this video. I know I didn't do myself. I wanted it done right, so I brought it to the professionals. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like this video, comment what you think of the job, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for your support. Peace out.